Hey guys, welcome to Cinephiles. I'm Chris.
And I'm Robbie.
And today we are looking at Batman vs Superman, No Justice.
Dawn of Justice.
Dawn of Justice. I prefer No Justice. Anyway, we're going to get into that film and check that one out, so stick around. Here we go.
Today is a day for truth. The world needs to know what happened and to know what he stands for. That kind of power is very dangerous. Let the record show that this committee holds him responsible.
Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice was directed by Zack Snyder, stars Henry Cavill, Ben Affleck, Jeremy Irons, Jesse Eisenberg, Amy Adams, and...
Morpheus,
Lawrence Fishburne. Yeah. So the whole film is...
rubbish.
How do I put this into words? I wouldn't go that far. Go on, man.
Okay. Thanks for watching.
The film has a lot of problems. I'll give it that for sure. So yeah, the film it's obviously about Batman versus Superman, but that's kind of like almost a subplot in the movie because there's a lot more that leads up to that than just Batman being against Superman for the whole film, which I think is what made it a disappointment because you're expecting that, and that's really just a moment. It's a lot of things, and it's trying too much to be more than what it should have been.
It's funny how it's got a similar thing because we talked about Man of Steel, right? Doing too much. This film has exactly the same thing going on.
Times two.
It tries to do too much.
So there's some of it that I can't really explain, but
it's okay, man, because they couldn't either.
The core of the film is Batman challenging Superman's rights and Superman challenging Batman's rights. The film, Zack Snyder, as we said, Man of Steel, Zack Snyder's never had a problem with making a gorgeous looking film. And Batman vs Superman looks good.
There's a scene when Batman's fighting in the warehouse that looks like it's lifted right out of the comic.
I haven't read the Batman comic books, but I've looked into it a bit, and I was like, wow, he's really, like Snyder really paid attention to having those Easter eggs in there. Yeah, which is great because we really haven't seen Batman fight that well as he has in that movie. So, I mean, definitely a point for that. Yeah.
You know,
so
that is very well done.
Because I don't think I've ever asked you about this. What do you think of Ben Affleck as Batman?
He's fine. He's absolutely fine for me. Still to this day, my favourite Batman is Michael Keaton. But I think Bat Affleck comes pretty close. Yeah. I think he's good as Bruce Wayne. I think he's good as good as Batman.
I didn't grow up with the Tim Burton Batman. I saw it well into high school when I first saw it.
Yep.
Batman Begins and like the Dark Knight movies I pretty much saw as they were released.
Yep.
But I love Batman now, but back then I wasn't a big Batman fan.
Sure.
I was always Marvel and Spider-Man.
Yep.
But for the same reason...
I wouldn't have guessed, man.
Yeah. I can see with a few more Batman films with Ben Affleck in the role.
Whether we get them.
If we get them.
Yeah.
Him potentially maybe being my favourite Batman. For now he's not, because I'm not going to judge off one movie when he wasn't even in that good a movie. But considering how much I liked him compared to what was around him, shows how good he was.
Yeah.
Because I thought all the Batman, the scenes that focus on Batman, I thought were very, very, very good.
Agreed. And I mean, Jeremy Irons as Alfred, very inspired choice.
A different Alfred than we've seen before.
Yeah, absolutely. He was great. More of the traditional Alfred.
Yeah. Because we had Michael Goff, and then we had obviously Michael Caine.
Yeah.
And
I always just felt Michael Caine was Michael Caine.
He's always just Michael Caine, though.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess Jeremy Irons is always just kind of because he's always got that voice and everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it was nice to see Jeremy Irons being a good guy for a change. He's always the villain.
And he's great playing.
Oh, he is.
Yeah.
But you know, when you see him in these kind of roles, you can really see wow, he really does have a gentle side to him.
Yeah.
Almost like a father figure, grandfather figure in this one almost.
Which is the relationship between Bruce Wayne and Alfred. You know, so it's like they definitely got the characters. There's a love for the characters.
Yeah.
If only the rest of the film had just stayed on those two and done nothing else.
I have 3 major gripes with the film. My number 1 is Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor. I thought that was the most shocking casting. Jesse Eisenberg's a good actor. He's great.
He's proven himself time and time
Very
again.
much. He does not have Lex Luthor in him.
At no point during the making of this film did nobody pull him aside and said, "Hey, man, what you're doing's not quite working."
Yeah. But he hasn't got in him because he is the fast talker, the tech savvy guy, and it's not him.
I don't know what it was, man. I mean, it was
I don't know if
Joker, Dark Knight,
and I don't know.
Riddler.
I don't know if he was going off what he was being directed by with Zack Snyder, or if it was in the script. I don't know.
It's probably a combination of those things.
Yeah.
You know, I don't entirely blame him.
No, not at all.
Performance, you know.
Like, I still very much love Jesse Eisenberg as an actor. If I hadn't seen him in anything before this, I would be like, okay, buddy, maybe just stop acting. But because we've seen what he can do, you know, just because he turns in one bad performance, and like, it's not that it's a bad performance, it's a misguided performance.
Absolutely.
I think that's the best word for it.
Yeah. I put the square blame back on Zach for that one.
Yeah. And so Lex Luthor is my number 1 problem with the movie. My second one is just it fits too much in. The Dawn of Justice subtitle the film has should have been removed completely from the film, because the way they try to build up to the Justice League is so forced, and you can see it was a complete afterthought.
We need to have the Justice League setup scene now. Let's put it in here, and it has absolutely no place.
The way it happens
by computer screens.
This is the Justice League we're building to. This is the Avengers, you know, of DC, and instead of getting this grand, huge entrance, they're presented through an email. Really?
Said it all, man.
That is the best entrance you could come up with?
Yeah. I honestly think that's the best that they could come up with. Because when you look at everything else around the film...
Because the characters you got Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, The Flash, Aquaman, and Cyborg. Yeah. And the best you could come up with was an email with some MPEGs on it.
Yeah. This is the Justice League
Some files.
Yeah.
And that was so awkward to watch. The Flash, I'll give The Flash was a decent one, because it was kind of like a found security camera one, and you see him in the store and you kind of like see him stopping a robbery. Yeah. That, I mean, still, the idea of it being an email was stupid. Yeah. But that actual video I did like.
Wonder Woman was in there briefly as well. Just she's at the party.
Yes.
Like to quickly say hello, and then exit.
I do have to say that, I mean, her initial entrance in the film was quite bland.
Oh, absolutely.
But when she comes on as Wonder Woman, that was a fantastic entrance. Yeah. She stood out for me in Dawn of Justice. This was a great intro to Wonder Woman. Yeah. Where was that for the rest of the film?
Nowhere.
No, because they waste so much screen time on useless plot points. Like, what was Amy Adams doing going after? What was she going after?
I don't know what she was going after the whole time. Jimmy is introduced and killed.
Jimmy Olsen.
Jimmy Olsen, one of the key characters in the Superman universe. He's not even named. You have to look up IMDb or stay to the end credits to find out who he was. And when you find out who he is, it's like, my gosh.
So yeah, and like they released the extended, like, Ultimate Edition on Blu-ray. And have you seen it?
No, I watched the film in the cinema. I've seen it once.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So the Ultimate Edition is better.
Right.
It still doesn't fix a lot of things. The Martha scene is still there.
That's got to be one of the worst Worst scenes ever put on film, hands down.
I'll come back to that in a sec.
It's kind of a spoiler if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, we'll keep that for later.
Yeah.
Those
Weak,
of you who've seen it will know exactly what we're talking about.
It's so weak.
But, I mean, that's still there. But it does fix a lot of stuff. And from memory, it does actually fix that Amy Adams plot. And you actually see where it's going. And they actually do name Jimmy Olsen. But,
no funeral. No moment for Jimmy.
But, they were saying, the Ultimate Edition will fix a lot of things. Well, you shouldn't need to have an Ultimate Edition to fix something. The theatrical version should be
definitive.
It shouldn't have to be fixed.
Yeah, it's just great. It's a way to squeeze more money out of us, Yeah. Oh, this is the real version of the film. It's better now.
Well, if that was the real version, where was that in the theaters then? Because that's what I want to see when I'm paying my $25 for a ticket.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I'm not basing my review on that because what we were given in the theaters was not that movie. And there is a lot of stuff in this movie I do like. I'll admit that, but there is a lot of stuff I don't like. I'm so mixed on this movie.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of it's got to do with I had so much expectation because this is the first time you got Batman and Superman on the screen together.
It should have been absolutely epic, and if you follow the comic and you know why they're actually fighting, the reasons for that, it's absolutely heartbreaking when they finally confront. But here in this film, it's weak.
Yeah.
And there's ways that they could have got around not fighting.
Oh God! Yeah.
When you're watching it, and it's just like there's literally no motivation for you guys right now. And you could take Lex Luthor out, and
the motivation that they've had for the entire 3/4 of the film, when it leads up to the fight, the reason they fight isn't even for those motivations, for something completely different.
Awful.
So that's what I mean when I'm very 50-50 on this film. There's things that I love. The Bruce Wayne, Batman, Alfred scenes, all those I thought were very, very good, and I'd give almost top marks for those particular scenes. There are moments of action, like the opening I thought was fantastic. It's funny, in Man of Steel I didn't like that scene because of the destruction they caused. In Batman vs Superman I thought it did a good job of showing the disaster and what the casualties and the cause and effect of what happened when Superman fought Zod in that scene.
Yeah, there's a really good shot of Bruce Wayne looking up at General Zod and Superman fighting.
And you see,
and it's like, okay, just that one shot there, we get Bruce's motivation right now.
That was great. That was
could have been a good film.
It was a very good opening, but it's just always in between. But like I said, Amy Adams, her whole plot looking after, I think she was chasing a bullet or something, that could have been completely wiped out and just the movie would be no different.
Yeah.
The whole Lex Luthor plot is so convoluted and it just doesn't make any sense. Doomsday. When Doomsday comes, that thing's an abomination. And they could have just had the Batman vs Superman fight and just have that as a climatic fight. What do you get in Civil War? It's Captain America versus Iron Man. That's the climax. They don't throw in some massive monster to team them up because that's not the point of the film. It's to break them apart. So
I was literally so unengaged with everything going on the screen that by the time we get to that third final act, I just couldn't wait for the film to end.
Yeah.
I was checked out.
So I mean, well, okay, talk spoilers now because we can't really do anything else without not revealing spoilers.
Yeah.
So if you haven't seen Batman vs Superman and you want to, just go watch.
Go and watch it.
Go watch it
if you want to. Yeah.
Honestly, it is a massive disappointment compared to what it should have been, but I don't think it's as bad as people say it is. Suicide Squad, that's a different story. Batman vs Superman, 60 to 70% of it is entertaining for me. 30-40% of it is a complete mess, definitely. But yeah, so the ending, you got Batman and the entire time they've had these, like I said, they've had these motives for their whole film. Batman hates Superman because of what he did in Metropolis and wiping out so many people recklessly. Superman hates Batman because he's a vigilante taking the law into his own hands. So they had enough motivation to fight. But then you get this new plot that comes in, and it's not a new plot, but it's just this extra motive that we didn't need, where Lex Luthor comes in and he wants to pit them against each other. I can't remember exactly why. And
it was something really thin, really ridiculous.
Yeah, probably I don't remember why. I think he wants to prove that they're not perfect. Like that they are.
They can be corrupted.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly what.
Weak, man, and it comes out of nowhere.
We didn't need we didn't need that extra thing in there. There was enough motivation as it was for them to go against each other. Like, we didn't need that at all.
Yeah, it's like what's in the comic is absolutely no perfect. Didn't need to mess with that one, guys. Like, at all. The battle's fine, actually. The battle's cool, you know, for the most part, until...
Yeah, except it lasts for like 4 minutes.
Yeah.
The battle you've been waiting for 2.5 hours takes 4 minutes.
Yeah, and that's it. And done. And it stops for the most ridiculous reason ever. Should we spoil it?
Oh yeah, we're talking spoilers now.
Yeah, we're in spoilers.
Like
the Marthas.
Yeah, so I've said before that, you know, the movie's 50-50 for me. This scene, I cannot get past. It is so lazy.
I found it hard to get past.
So do you want to explain exactly what happens?
Well, yeah, okay. Essentially, what happens? They stop fighting because both their mum's name is Martha.
Yeah, so just stop there for a sec. Let that sink in.
That's it.
How does that actually make sense? No, of course it doesn't.
Martha, your mum's name is Martha as well. Let's be friends. Yeah, it's weak.
And literally the vendetta they've had against each other for the entire film stops because their mums have the same name.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So I was totally checked out by that point. I'd finished my popcorn, but I'm like, no, I'm going to stay through, watch this film, watch it to the end, in hopes that it would get better.
Yeah, and then Doomsday comes along and just craps on the entire film.
Yeah.
That was such a bad decision.
Yeah.
Plus Doomsday looks horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible.
It's like a CGI effect that hadn't been fully rendered.
I remember when the trailer first came out and you see Doomsday, and everyone was like, "Oh, really? Is that what it's gonna look like?" But, you know, I don't know the comics, but I heard that Doomsday evolves, like he changed his looks.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and so everyone was like, you know, calm down, maybe that's just how he comes out at the beginning and he evolves into something else. He evolves into that crap.
Yeah, yeah. And crap is exactly what it is.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. To a T.
Oh, it's so bad.
Yeah.
That bit. Thank God Wonder Woman comes in and kind of saves the entertainment for that scene.
Yeah.
And literally, the thing that's had Bruce Wayne against Superman for the entire film, because of, you know, the destruction he caused in Metropolis, they then cause again all over again in this film. Even more so. There's more destruction in this one than at the end of Man of Steel.
Mm. There mustn't have been anybody left after these two films.
When the film came out and I saw the opening, I was like, okay, cool. They listened to the fans, that the people were upset about the destruction and, you know, the ignorance that Superman seemed to have for all the deaths, you know, the casualties and everything.
Yeah.
Cool, okay, so they've learned from that, they've acknowledged that now, and, you know, they're moving forward, hopefully in a new direction. They just made the same bloody mistake all over again.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously?
Yeah. It's a slap in the face to fans. It's a slap in the face to the casual moviegoer.
Yeah.
As well. It's an absolute mess, guys. Absolute mess. Yeah. I'll say the redeeming factors, like the few things that you mentioned, definitely save it. But as a whole, when you have to sit through 2.5 hours, and you can pick out a couple of good moments that maybe add up to 10-15 minutes of its runtime, you essentially got a film that doesn't really work.
For me, I don't dislike it nearly as much as Chris does. I do dislike a lot of bits of it, but I still enjoy at least 50% of the film. And that's why I say I'm very 50-50 on the movie. Because there's bits I love, and then just goes to bits I absolutely hate. And it's just this constant flip-flopping through the entire movie. And... rating? I'm scared to ask.
1.5 out of 5.
Wow, what do you give Suicide Squad?
Oh, just you wait. Just you wait.
Okay, I'm scared to say my rating now.
No man, I reckon you're 2.5.
No, it's much higher. I'm going 3 stars.
3 stars. That's pretty high.
God versus man. Day versus night. The red capes are coming. The red capes are coming.
Alright guys, that's it for another video. Thank you so much for watching. Those are our thoughts on Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice. Clearly we got a slightly different view on that one.
Do you like it or does it suck?
What did you guys think of it? Are you on Chris's side or my side where it's more 50-50? Be my side.
My side. I'm right. That's the thing.
Sure.
Comment down below.
Comment down there. Let us know what you thought of the movie. Keep an eye out. We've got Suicide Squad coming up next. Oh boy. That'll be fun. That one I'm not sugarcoating.
Yeah, it is a slippery slope, guys.
It goes downhill after that one.
Yeah.
Thankfully Wonder Woman picks up, but anyway, that's later on.
We'll try and not turn it into a rant. We'll actually try and make it a review as best as we can.
See how we go with that one.
Yeah, but it should be entertaining for you guys nonetheless.
Yeah. If you like what you saw, please subscribe down below. Got plenty more content coming out. Keep an eye out as well. We got our Star Wars countdown coming out very shortly, with Last Jedi coming out in December. Yes. So yeah, be excited for that one. But until then, I'm Robbie.
I'm Chris.
See you at the movies.